Go for it.
All right, here we go. Floral tape product to help hold this on. I have the Oasis in a liner that we've pre-soaked. You'll find this on your table and you go back, and I've already taped it. But I'm going to show you, okay, why do this? It's setting in there just fine. Because from a professional florist perspective, we have delivery drivers. And they go, stop, stop, and that falls out. The bouquet we make has to be deliverable. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just take a piece of the floral tape, and this stuff is waterproof tape once you get it into place. So we'll just take that on, wrap it over, and we'll end up hiding all this with the foliage. Just take it underneath. So when you go in the back, you'll find your cornucopia with your Oasis taped. No water in this right now, because it'll slosh over. There's enough water in the foam soaked up for now. When you get home, fill it up. Keep it filled all the time. I don't know how many times I've delivered bouquets to friends and the flowers have died, and I look at it and go, how come your bouquet's done? And I walk over there and it's drier in a desert. And I go, why haven't you watered your bouquet? Well, I had that magic foam with water in it. It's still gotta add water as the flowers drink. So yeah, just like a vase, keep adding water, and we'll just keep sucking it up, because once this dries, you don't get to reuse it. Don't try to reuse this for your next bouquet. One time use. That's it. It won't re-soak the water after it dries out. And if you try to reuse it, you already have all those pinholes in it, and your stems are going to intersect those pinholes, and you're not going to get a bouquet that's going to last as long. Okay. So when we go back, your base. Take your gladiolas, and we're going to establish our our horizontal line first. Vertical second. In this case, since this is a low arrangement, we're going to go out and create some drama. And I'm going to make this pretty good size, because I don't want to see the cornucopia. I want to see the flowers in this. You'll know that it is. We can scale in that, we could do this, but we're going to get something that has a really nice flow to it. Good 45-degree cut, and place that at an angle. Notice it's coming, good insertion about an inch into the foam, and it's coming down. And that sets on the table. It's not just straight out. So you got a nice angle at that. And then we also have a couple of other blooms that we'll use. So save those. And I picked gladiolas because most of the time people don't think of these as a Thanksgiving flower, but it's a fall flower in most areas. Now it's a little cold now, but it comes into season August, September. Gorgeous colors, and they last a long time. As these bottom ones start to fade, these ones out at the tip start to reopen. So if you have to readjust the bouquet, you can go in, pull it out, take a couple blooms off, recut it, stick it back into a good hole into the Oasis. Okay. I just think these are absolutely fantastic, and the color from these glads are just phenomenal with this burgundy. Now, Rob, where did these glads come from?
Gladaway, California.
California. So they are grown locally. So the thing is, doing these things, we'll talk about where some of the flowers come. Nowadays, we have a worldwide market for flowers. Rob got us some flowers today. You'll see in the back some tulips came from Holland. So they were on the market in Holland less than, 72 hours ago?
48.
48 hours.
About a day before yesterday.
And they're shipped from that auction to Chicago to us.
Wow.
So, South America, what are some of the big New Zealand?
Zealand, Australia, Colombia, Ecuador.
So Rob gets up really early. Because all of his are on the East Coast.
I do.
But we can't do what we do without a good supply chain. And that's why I think it's imperative to know where they come from and how to take care of them. Glad's coming out, establish that line. Okay, that's going to be your first step. Now, I talk about design. We make a line and then we will accent that line or magnify it, echo it, okay, shadow it, draw attention to it. So if I don't just do one line, I'm going to add attention to it by repeating it, and I'm going to use this ruscus. This is an Italian ruscus. Again, this lasts forever in a bouquet. Absolutely gorgeous. Brilliant green color. And we'll take that and we'll place that just in there again. See how that re-emphasizes that line? Stick broke on me there a little bit. Get that inserted in there. I get the edge. A couple of the small pieces. Notice we're using every little bit of each stem so that we don't have a lot of waste. And that question came up with one of the demonstrations I did. I think it was your demonstration about waste. What do you do? We don't try not to have waste. We want to use every usable product that we can out of the flowers. And so, that's enough for now. And then, let's establish some height on this. And I think what would be really good on the height, we can do on this is a couple of carnations. So I want to get a little bit of height. So I'm just going to bring that in there. And then we're going to make a line and then emphasize that line. Some foxtail foliage here, just to give it some interest. Throw that away. I can use this down in here to help cover up some of the foam. Part of using foam, we're going to cover our mechanics. And we want it to look really green. I turn those cut things back into the bouquet so you don't see that cut that I did on the top. So it'll look really fresh. And if you look at that from a distance, it looks like a moss. So we got a lot more to do in the bouquet, and I don't want to give you too many steps. So I think let's just stop at this point. Let's get the horizontal line. Get an emphasis on it, get used to cutting some materials, get our vertical, and then we'll come back and start adding a few more flowers to fill it in from there. Okay?